Marc Chagall. Biographical sketch. Marc Chagall, 1887 to 1985, was one of the most celebrated artists of the 20th century. His birth name was Moshe Chagall. He was born to an oppressed and downtrodden Orthodox Jewish family in Vitebsk, a port city in Russia. His father, Chagall, labored in a herring factory. His mother, Faiga Aita, ran a small grocery shop. Chagall exhibited artistic talent early on, but money was tight, and his father tried to stifle his son's ambition. Why couldn't his son devote himself fully to his faith and family? And how could he support himself on an artist's puny income? But Chagall had far-reaching dreams. He was not going to be a humble bystander in the world. He believed he saw things that regular people did not see. He represented people, animals, flowers, religious symbols, and his own dreams in vital, lively paintings. People flew in the sky. Size and scale were often ignored. Chagall persisted with his dreams. In 1907, he went to St. Petersburg to study art. He learned valuable skills and techniques, but he floundered and struggled for a time. Many of his days in the cosmopolitan city were an ordeal. He had to work as a servant to pay bills. He was jailed once for not having working papers. Poverty and struggle followed him, but his confidence in his talent never eroded. Chagall moved to Paris in 1910. There, he changed his name to the more French-sounding Marc Chagall and befriended other artists. It was in Paris that his vivid graphic images took shape. His distinctive way of depicting his worldview accelerated. He said, "My art needed Paris like a tree needs water." Chagall invented his own style. In spite of his melancholy childhood and tough times, his family, his early life, and his faith were mainstays of his enchanting paintings. Chagall stayed close to his humble origins, for one sees great things from the valley and only small things from the peak. In 1914, Chagall returned to Vitebsk, enticed by his fiancée, Bella Rosenfeld. She was a regal, cultured woman and his muse. He stayed in Russia after the outbreak of World War I and during the 1917 Russian Revolution. He and Bella eventually returned to Paris in 1923. Chagall became a French citizen. Then World War II broke out in 1939. Chagall was swept up in the gruesome horror of war, the persecution of the Jews, and revolutions. Chagall and his family fled to the United States in 1941. After 7 happy and productive years there, Chagall returned to France for the remainder of his life.
Accelerate. Accelerate. Accelerate is a verb meaning to speed up or to bring about more quickly. On a hot day, all a fan can do is accelerate the flow of warm air. Or, we must accelerate our efforts to find a cure for cancer. Now let's hear you say, accelerate. Try the word again. Bystander. Bystander. Bystander is a noun meaning one who looks on but does not take part in something. Bystanders may be able to help the police sort out the details of a traffic accident. Similarly, a person should never allow him or herself to remain a bystander in the great game of life. Now you try bystander. One more time. Canvas. Canvas. Canvass is a verb meaning to go through an area in order to procure votes, sales, or opinions. Pollsters may canvass the same target groups many times during an election. Or, detectives regularly canvass a crime scene in search of clues or evidence. Now it's your turn. Say canvas. Repeat the word. Casual. Casual. Casual is an adjective meaning happening by chance, showing little concern or informal. Many people enjoy a casual visit from a friend. Or, a particular restaurant may provide a casual atmosphere in which children are welcome. Now you say casual. Repeat the word. Downtrodden. Downtrodden. Downtrodden is an adjective meaning treated cruelly and unfairly, or oppressed. In the past, unions provided downtrodden workers with a means of bettering their lot. Or, the novels of Charles Dickens provide a graphic portrait of the lives of the downtrodden poor of Victorian London. Your turn. Say downtrodden. Once again. Entice. Entice. Entice is a verb meaning to attract or tempt. Advertising is a good way to entice customers into a shop. Or, the desire for financial security may entice the unwary into fraudulent get-rich-quick schemes. Now let's hear you say entice. Try the word again. Erode. Erode. Erode is a verb meaning to wear or eat away gradually. Wind and water can erode an extremely hard rock such as granite. Or, age, misfortune, and ill health may slowly erode a person's love of life. Your turn. Say erode. One more time. Flounder. Flounder. Flounder is a verb meaning to thrash about in a clumsy or ineffectual way. A rescue team may be forced to flounder through huge snowdrifts to reach the victims of a skiing accident. Or, a leaderless government may flounder from one political blunder to another. Now let's hear you say flounder. And again. Graphic. Graphic. Graphic is an adjective meaning vivid or relating to the pictorial arts. Tabloid newspapers attract readers with graphic photos and sensational headlines. Or, you may know someone who earns a living as a graphic designer. Well, it's your turn now. Say graphic. Once more. Gruesome. Gruesome. Gruesome is an adjective meaning horrible, revolting, or ghastly. A soldier may suffer gruesome wounds in a battle. Or, you may prefer not to hear the gruesome details of a terrorist attack on innocent civilians. Now you say gruesome. Repeat the word. Melancholy. Melancholy. Melancholy functions as two parts of speech. It can be an adjective meaning sad or unhappy. Some people become extremely melancholy on or around their birthdays. Or melancholy can be a noun meaning sadness or gloominess. A doctor might recommend exercise and sunlight as a treatment for melancholy. Now you try melancholy. Once more. Ordeal. Ordeal. Ordeal is a noun meaning a difficult or painful experience. Most actors find the opening night of any show a truly trying ordeal. Or, the war between the states proved an appalling ordeal by fire for both North and South. Now let's hear you say ordeal. Try the word again. Parch. Parch. Parch is a verb meaning to make dry and thirsty, or to shrivel with heat. Farmers cannot afford to let their crops parch in the sun. Or a person's skin may become parched and wrinkled with age. Now you say parch. Repeat the word. Persist. Persist. Persist is a verb meaning to continue steadily or to remain. The common cold may persist for weeks if left untreated. Or certain physical characteristics may persist in a family for generations. Your turn. Say persist. And again. Puny. Puny. Puny is an adjective that means of less than normal strength or size, weak or sickly, or of no importance. A child may be a bit puny for his or her age. Similarly, a genius may simply ignore the puny objections of small-minded critics. Now you say puny. Try the word again. Quibble. Quibble. Quibble functions as two parts of speech. It can be a verb meaning to raise minor objections. Legislators often quibble endlessly over the exact wording of a proposed law. Or quibble can be a noun meaning a petty objection. A bill may be written in such a way that there is no room for quibbles. Well, it's your turn now. Say quibble. One more time. Ratify. Ratify. Ratify is a verb meaning to approve or confirm. The city council, for example, may be reluctant to ratify the mayor's proposal for spending cuts. Or, the wisdom of a particular course of action may be ratified by experience. Now you say ratify. Repeat the word. Regal. Regal. Regal is an adjective meaning royal or fit for a king. Macbeth's guilty conscience never permitted him to enjoy the regal title he gained by violence. Or, the approach to an old southern mansion may be lined with regal old oaks. Your turn. Say regal. Once more. Stifle. Stifle. Stifle is a verb meaning to smother or choke off. It is often hard to stifle a yawn when you are bored or tired. Similarly, a supervisor who tries to micromanage a department may stifle individual initiative. Now you say stifle. And again. Vital. Vital. Vital is an adjective meaning having life, necessary to life, or crucial. A patient's vital signs are carefully monitored during surgery. Or, tons of vital supplies may be donated to victims of a natural disaster. Well, by now you know the drill. Say vital. Once again.